Civilians executed in cold blood, bodies dumped into mass graves, a sense of brutality and inhumanity left for all the world to see unapologetically. There's nothing less happening than major war crimes.
This is Bucha, and this just gives you an idea of the ferocity of the battle here. This is a Russian armored personnel carrier, just completely burnt out, all down this main street. You can see a burnt out tank all the way down the end there. And look how close we are to people's homes. This war is being fought on their doorstep, in the places that people live. Aid is starting to get in here, services are being restored, but it is going to take a long time for the people of this town to come to terms with what they've experienced.
With the utter devastation in Ukraine getting clearer by the day, an urgent new plea for more help from the West. It comes as Russians retreat from areas around Kyiv and new disturbing images emerge from the destruction left behind. This week, we met Mikola, who told us about the 3 friends he watched die and had to bury in his own backyard.
At least one of them was shot in front of him.
We took a Human Rights Watch researcher to the crime scene.
It's almost impossible to walk around the streets of Bucha and not see evidence of violence, and in some cases what appear to be war crimes.
As evidence mounts of possible Russian war crimes in Ukraine, the US is now imposing new sanctions on those closest to Vladimir Putin. The targets include Putin's 2 adult daughters, because US officials suspect many of his assets are hidden with his family members, Putin's family in US sites, and new US investment in Russia. New sanctions also penalize Russia's largest banks. Ukrainian President Zelensky thanked the West, but he still called for more action to be taken. Saying of sanctions, it's tangible and I'm grateful for that, but much more needs to be done to stop the war.
As the FBI gathers evidence, jaw-dropping charges against 2 men who authorities say for more than 2 years posed as Homeland Security investigating agents, and the suspension of very real secret security agents, including one who was tasked with protecting Jill Biden, who court documents say accepted extravagant gifts from the men who have been arrested. Authorities say Aryan Taherzada and Haider Ali used this luxury D.C. apartment building just blocks from the U.S. Capitol to convince the Secret Service agents they were federal special police agents, claiming to investigate gang violence and the January 6th insurrection. And according to court documents, they had access to authentic-looking DHS badges and weapons, secure laptops, and other equipment. Those 4 suspended agents allegedly accepting thousands of dollars worth of gifts from the men, including rent-free apartments worth more than $3,000 a month, iPhones and a flat-screen TV, surveillance systems, and a drone.
The amount of time it took, the money it took, buying the equipment, having surveillance gear, all of those things go to somebody put up a lot of money to pull this off.